Well done. It's great. And there we go.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my goodness. What are we doing? This is a new one. Hi, Tania. We're live. And is that me back on your phone?
We thought for our finale, for the end of the week, we would go live. We've been threatening between ourselves to do it all week, and we've decided to go live tonight. So hello, anybody who's listening to us.
4 people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
4 people. And to say we're not very good with StreamYard. I think for you to comment, there's probably a bit somewhere for you to click on to give access to StreamYard, so you can then comment if you've got anything you want to say or share or ask us or anything like that. So for us to be able to do that, we're learning on the job here. And actually everything that we've done so far this week has not been edited at all. Leslie, we can see you. Hello, Leslie Dunkley.
Hi,
so
Leslie.
nothing we've done this week has been edited, has it, at all? It's been first take.
We thought we would on day
as
one.
It is.
We would. And then Karen just on straight life.
Yeah. So here we are. We just thought, well, let's just do this and see what happens.
Yeah.
We think we're streaming both pages.
I think we must be, because Sarah Porter gave us a like. Thank you very much, and that's on my page.
We've got a selection of likes and thumbs up. There's a number of people joining us, which is just amazing. So we've had the most amount of fun this week, you know, talking about serious issues, but making them hopefully fun and approachable around mental health, and our experiences and our knowledge as practitioners. And it's been great. It's been a really good journey. So we thought we'd finish the week by coming live and continuing our chats.
Yes. And we're going to talk today about not feeling enough, not feeling good enough. And
not being enough.
Yeah. And it resonates for both of us. And when I first realized that it was a thing, was when I started when I was learning to be a SIRPA practitioner, and when I first kind of had an inkling, I thought, oh, do other people feel like this then? Because I thought it was because I wasn't enough. But actually, what I realize now is that I feel I'm not enough, but actually I've always been enough. It's like, you know, I'll be enough when I lose weight. I'll be enough when I've got that job. I'll be enough when I am whatever.
Another CPD course.
Yes. That's true. Yeah, because when I was first a chiropractor, it was like in that first year I did so much CPD because I didn't feel like I was enough when I came out of college. That's a really good point. Yeah. And now I'm doing more work on I'm always enough. I am enough. I'm enough now. I was enough 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's a classic, isn't it? There's so many people, and really, I suppose this is a little bit for us of our journey that we're going on personally at the moment, and us stepping out and creating these videos and then going live is us saying, yeah, we are enough.
We are enough.
We're quite good at what we do.
Would we have done this, say, like 4 weeks ago, Karen? We wouldn't, would we? I absolutely would not have gone live. I mean, even at the beginning of the week, I was thinking probably not live, but we've got used to it, and it's okay, isn't it?
It's okay, yeah. Our audience, they're quite nice
people. I know they love this
bunch.
And we are okay being a peach for people who want an apple. Then we don't have to be an apple for those people. And we can be Marmite.
We can be Marmite. We're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. It's okay to not be everybody's cup of tea, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't have to be jam. Because I think I'm definitely a bit of a chameleon, you know. So, okay, well, I am Marmite really, but that person really wants jam. And okay, I'll be jam. And what flavour even do you want me to be? Because I don't mind. I'll be anything you want me to be. But do you know what? In the last few weeks, I've learned I'm going to be Marmite and I'm okay with it. And if I am not for you, I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And actually, from a mental health point of view, that's so important. One, from the point of view of self-acceptance of who you actually are, but actually you cannot go through life being this chameleon for everybody else. How can we function? And that's where actually, from a mental health point of view, we can really get ourselves into a pickle. You know, we're being who we think other people want us to be as well. And actually even that's our impression. We're assuming that somebody else wants us to be in a certain way and should be better or should be different. And we don't know that. We have no idea. They kind of met us and like us for who we are. And then we end up trying to be something else. And then that in itself is exhausting to do that. And yet so many people do that. They think that they're not enough, that they need to change, they need to be somebody different as to who they are.
Well, I think that's what we've learned, isn't it, on the course that we're doing together, is that actually our feeling of not being enough is something that holds us back in putting us out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, that can be like for us, it's in a professional way, but it also translates into your personal life as well, doesn't it? We can do. Yeah. And a lot of these things come from our childhoods, how we were brought up, and like the thoughts and beliefs. And like, it's not sort of necessarily that our parents brought us up saying you're not good enough. It's not as quite as cut and dried as that, but it's just something in our growing up has usually kind of helped us to believe that we weren't good enough.
Yeah, and that could be from an academic point of view. I was told in senior school that I wasn't very academic, you know.
Neither was I. You and your neurological stuff.
I know. Yeah, I was always told I wasn't. I don't know. I probably should have done needlework or something. And that's how I was led to believe. I wasn't the academic one. You know, I was nurturing and kind and all of those things, but not really very clever, maybe. And of course, you believe that. You believe that as a child, you know, that's what's going on, you know. And of course, people
like academic stuff anyway. I went and chose cooking because it was easier, and I think I probably felt good enough at doing that. I could do that. I didn't feel good enough at the academic stuff for sure.
Yeah, see, whereas I'm the other way. I'm a bit of, well, I'll show you. You didn't know that already. if that's what I'm told, then then I'll be more, well, that gives me that grit and determination to prove people wrong and to go and do more. But it does still leave you with that not being enough. And of course, even doing that and going and saying, well, I'm going to prove, you know, teachers wrong or whoever, then you get that imposter syndrome of thinking, well, I've done this and I've achieved this, but I shouldn't really be. I'm not supposed to be the person that's here doing this.
But there's also another side to it, which we've talked about before as well, isn't it? Is that, like, okay, if I don't feel like I'm enough, then I need to overdo it. I need to over deliver. And like as a therapist, you can easily do that because you think, oh, actually, I don't think I've done enough for this person, so I'm going to do lots more. I'm going to like overrun, but that's okay because I need to do lots more for this person. But really, it's because they're an apple and what you're coming out as a peach, but you're trying to be an apple for them by overdoing it. Yeah. And as I love your phrase, like even my too much was not enough.
Yeah, my too much was not enough. That's quite a thing, isn't it? I've come into that point where sometimes it's that doing and being and trying to be everything for everyone, and still that doesn't feel enough. Or then to some people, because if you're somebody's Marmite, then actually you feel as if that too muchness is wrong. Because you're just their Marmite. You're just their Marmite. It's not that you're too much. You're just different, and that's okay. That's okay to be that. It's funny, isn't it? Because I was saying to you, and I was going to find that link that we were talking about, and some people have probably seen it, and it could be a lady, which is amazing. If anybody is watching, hi Joe, hi Rich. It's a great sort of, I suppose, monologue about being a lady, and you know, how you should dress, and it's kind of, you know, dress and cover yourself up, but don't be prudish, but don't be showy, and don't wear too much makeup. But why aren't you wearing any makeup? And it's wonderful. And go and YouTube it and look it up, and it's really great. And it's funny because prior to seeing that, when I competed in my first competition, so not last year, year before, 2018. So for anybody that doesn't know me, I competed the year I turned 40 in my first bodybuilding competition, after having lost a lot of weight and got into weight training and strength and conditioning and things. And so, yeah, the year I turned 40, I donned on the smallest, sparkliest bikini and got on stage. And it was an amazing experience, and I loved it. And yet it was this real dichotomy. Afterwards, I remember looking in the mirror when I got home, and in part feeling too much, for some people of being like, well, why have you done that, and why are you doing that? And then other people, and then in another way going, but I'm still not enough. I'm still not, you know, being slimmer, this, that, whatever, isn't what it's about, because it's about that internal. So it becomes that too much and not enough kind of dichotomy again.
The only person we have to be enough for is us, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Totally. Learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's that very much from inside. It's not about outside. It's not about, we can't get anything from the outside world in that way. We have to start with us. We have to start by loving us, and that's where it very much comes from, doesn't it?
And if you're not enough in here, you're never going to be enough out there, are you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Knowing that you are enough really helps your confidence out there, actually, doesn't it? Yep. Look at us.
Yeah. Where we come to. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And I think you kind of, because you've got you, that I think that's how I started. Yeah. It's kind of that realizing of, do you know, I've got me. I don't need somebody else to get me, to have me, to support me. That's an added extra, and that's a wonderful added extra. But I've got me, and I'm good. And after
each other, haven't we? We're really good at bigging each other up, aren't we?
We do. Yeah, we cheer each other along quite nicely. But it's funny though, because I said to you earlier when we were chatting, we do have a little bit of a chat beforehand, don't we, about what we're going to talk about. And I was saying to you, you know, that it's funny, isn't it? Because even on stage, you know, for me, I can feel very confident in that situation, because although you're being judged, it's not about being somebody being judgmental, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So you're being judged for what you've done and what you've achieved, you know. And obviously I've had 2 children, so, you know, I have stretch marks and things like that, and that's visible on stage and what have you. But I know that's not being, I'm not being judged as a person. It's my physique specifically, about the training that I've done and what have you. And I'm completely okay with that. However, the next day, if I'm on a public beach in a bigger bikini, I'm really self-conscious.
So that's just in a different setting for you. You've got a different mindset.
Yeah. And people always say, why is that? I'm just like, because that's different, isn't it? It's a different way of being. So it's crazy what goes on in our heads and how we think about things. And of course it is in our heads.
Yeah.
In our heads. You know, because really, how often are we out and about making all these judgments of other people? We're not. We're too wrapped up in our own world. Okay, I have enough. Well, we've got some lovely messages here. I'm going to scroll through these. We've got some hellos. Hello. So many of us feel like this. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's absolutely. You know, that's why so many people do. What was that?
I hadn't pressed the right button. I was on private chat, and then I went on live comments. I went,
you can see that. Yeah, we're not very good. We're learning.
I am enough. Yay.
We are enough. Who else? So Christine, one of the things aging has done for me is to care less about other people's thoughts. Absolutely. And I think that's so true. I do think you get to a stage in life where you start to think, do you know what? That's okay. I don't care what other people think. I did that, and it's really interesting. When I first qualified as a chiropractor, and we were talking the other day, or yesterday, that I was quite young. I had quite blonde hair at the time, and long blonde hair, and one of my closest friends said to me, "The blonde's got to go." She said, it doesn't look professional enough. You're young. It just doesn't look very, and there's very few people that could have said that to me, but she was right. For my age and everything else, it was a bit, and I was like, So I went back to my natural color for a long time. And then gradually I started to put crazy colors back into my hair, and it's purple and blonde, and sometimes it's stripy and what have you. And I just got to the point of going, one, I don't care, and actually my ability and my skill as a practitioner and everything else it speaks for itself. And then my hair just kind of got crazier, and I stopped caring. So yeah.
Well, look at me in my pink wig.
We love your pink wig. We love your pink wig.
I don't wear it to work, but I do feel fab in my pink wig.
I love your pink wig. Somebody said to me once, actually, when I was kind of turning 40, the classic, "Oh, you're having a midlife crisis." And I went, "No, I'm having a midlife epiphany." It's like, why is it a crisis? Why is it a bad thing? Because we go, hold on a minute. This is like, listen, yeah. I don't need to be this way or that way or conform or do all these things that I've done to fit in work, in life, in schools, in preschools, in playgrounds. And it's like, no, this is like freeing. This is an epiphany. This is my hair, and I don't care.
Wearing my pink wig, there was no one sort of like talked to me about it, but there was kind of like, oh, is that someone was talking about like putting on sort of like a persona or something like that, like a mask, like we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, and I thought, no, this is the mask. The pink hair is me. Is me myself. Your purple hair is expressing you.
It's me. I love my purple hair. It's like my signature now. The blonde is kind of a bit blonde, and if my hairdresser's out there, she's like probably having a bit of a nightmare going, it wasn't that
did you see that when you managed to let go of trying to be what you think the world wants you to be, the world seems to open and accept and find you more attractive?
Very true.
Yeah, we like that.
That is very true.
Excellent. Well, we are enough. We are enough tonight, and we've been enough all week.
We've been enough all week, and it's been great fun. And it's been great to have people come and join us and say hello. And...
Yeah, hello, Laura.
Hello, Laura. This is our little bit crazy, really. But also, tonight is a bit of fun, but it's that remembering that whatever you're going through, from a mental health point of view, you're not alone. You're not alone at all, and those people that, we look up to, idolize and whatever in different aspects of life are probably there and experiencing the same things at different times, as us. And just because the mask is on doesn't mean to say that it's not happening behind that mask, is it?
No.
That's all. What did I just see, Joe? I've learned over the years that there's a way you can get these messages up. We need to have a little lesson from Nikki, don't we? I've learned over the years that you can never control what people will think about you, and it has really helped me to care less. Absolutely true.
Yeah, it does. Because that's only their opinion. That's not how you feel about you, and it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
And Christine says it's about not caring about stuff you can't do anything about. Yeah. The wisdom to accept the things you cannot change, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's so true, isn't it? And the not caring and actually finding the tribe. Do you know, we were talking a few weeks ago about some stuff, and I don't know whether I said to you about it, but so often I think we end up trying to sort of, please or to conform to people that actually aren't our tribe, and is, you know, the people that accept us for who and like us for who we are, they're the flowers in our garden, and they're always there and they're always beautiful, and we know they're always going to be there, and we probably don't spend enough time tending to them because they're always there and beautiful. And yet the weeds in our garden and the weeds in our life are the ones that we spend the most amount of time worrying about and dealing with and trying to please and trying to turn into flowers. They're just weeds. Get rid of them. Get rid of them.
No more people pleasing. We are enough. We don't have to people please. We're good.
And we all have so many beautiful flowers around us. They're your friends. They're your tribe.
Yes, thank you, beautiful flowers. Okay.
So go and enjoy your flowers. Don't worry about trying to turn the weeds into flowers. That's my analogy that I came up with a few years ago. I got rid of the weeds. Oh, well, it's been fun.
Brilliant. We've had a lovely time, and we might be doing it again, but not every night.
No, not every night. This has just been in aid of Mental Health Awareness Week, and we just thought we'd come on and do something different and have some fun. Oh, thank you, Jo. Yeah, I love that analogy. It goes with the one from earlier in the week with the watering can, isn't it, as well? You know, we need to be filled up emotionally.
Hello, Susie.
We need to be filled up emotionally.
I do. And there's good TED Talks on that too. There's a brilliant one about the not giving, no, having the fuck budget.
Sorry about that.
Having the F budget.
This is why we don't let Tania go live.
Susie, do go and look for the TED Talk if you can find it. If I can find it, then I'll link it in on the when we post the video. But it's using where to use your giving a what.
Yeah, so, the book, it's Mark Mansford, isn't it? And it's such an interesting book because people often think that it's about not caring full stop, but it's actually about caring about the things that matter. Yes. The things that matter, and then having the energy to deal with that and standing your ground around that. People often think it's about being, you know, a bit of a pushover or just complacent, but no, that's not the case at all. So
Joe's laughing. We've gone a bit longer tonight because we were just having so much fun. That's probably enough for you all now. So thank you for listening.
Indeed, thank you so much for joining us. And anybody that watches it back, enjoy. We will be back with more of a sensible approach. Discussing. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Tania will have
I might. Yeah. All right.
Take care. Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Look after yourselves.
Look after yourselves. Bye.